else to light a candle. One more candle. Please sit down. Before we start our chanting today, we have a small ceremony to wish blessings for a birthday. You know that we take the opportunity to show our appreciation and loving kindness to our friends. So today we have a special person who is going to have birthday in a few days. So I would like to invite our beloved Ron to come here. So you, yeah. So I know that, yeah. So you can keep it, yeah. Okay, Ron. So this is a good opportunity for us to definitely sing for you, but we are not going to sing. We are going to chant now because we are singing for everyone, having birthdays, right? So thank you very much, and we really appreciate your dedication, your continuous dedication to grow this community, and whenever we want to carry some heavy stuff, we remember you. And so you take the burden for all of us, and you have made many things easy for all of us. So we really appreciate your continuous dedication, and we take this opportunity to wish you good health, wish you peace and happiness, and wish you all the good things in your life. May this birthday bring you a year full of joy, happiness, and peace, and spiritual growth. So with that, we will chant, may the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha be with you. Just like this candle light is shining, may you also shine with your wisdom. Just like this flowers are beautifying and blossoming, and may your compassion be blossomed. With that wish, we will chant for you. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotthi bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotthi bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotthi bhavantu te. Stand up. Yeah. Yes. Sing happy birthday.
wish you happy and healthy birthday.
Yeah, wonderful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Dear spiritual friends, before we start our meditation, let us do our regular chanting. Please turn to page number 5 of your chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
The three refuges.
Buddhang saranam gacchami, Dhammang saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami.
Next page. 5 precepts.
Panatipata Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami, Adinadana Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami, Kamesu Miccācara Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami, Musavada Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami, පමාදට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි.
Affirmative vows based on 5 precepts.
Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness.
Next page. Homage to the Buddha.
Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vinyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Santa Deva Manussanang Buddho Bhagavati.
Homage to the Dhamma.
Swarukato Bhagavata Dhammo Sandintiko Akaliko Yehi pansiko openaiko pancantang veditambo vinyohiti.
Homage to the Sangha.
Supadipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujjopatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samiji patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidam chattari purisa yugani Ardha purisa pungala Yesa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakiniyo anjali karaniyo Anutteram punyak ketang lokansati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Offerings. Offering of light.
Ganesaram pradintena Dipena tamadam sina Tiloka dipam sambuddham Pujayami tamunudam.
offering of incense.
Gandha sambharayuddhena dhupena hang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyam tam puja bhajana muttamam.
Offering of flowers.
Vannagandhe gunopetam etam kusuma santatim pujayami munim dasya siripada saroruhe pujemi buddham kusumena nena punyena metena labhami mokkhaṃ umbam milayati yata idam me kayo tatayati vinasa bhavam.
Offering of water.
Adivasetu no bhante paniyam parikampitam anukampam upadaya patigam hatu uttama.
Offering of drinks.
Adivasetu no bhante gilana pancayam imam anukampam upadaya patigam hatu uttama.
Worship of shrines.
Vandami cetiyam sambam sambetani supatintitam saririka dhatu mahabodhim buddha rupam sakalam sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Wish of well-being.
Incheva manchante namansaniyan namansmano ratanatayam yang punyami sandang vipulang alantang tansano bhavena hatanterayo
reflections on the teaching of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one displeased or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one displeased or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy functions in the world like the linchpin in a moving car, one by one, little by little, moment by moment. Wise people should remove their impurities as a smith removes the rust from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mentally violence are weakened, and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the great purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the great purification. All things are not self. When one sees this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the great purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Let's adjust ourselves. We are all going to do a meditation on loving kindness and meditation on breathing. So we are going to cultivate these wholesome qualities in our mind. So this is the moment of cultivation, moment of training, a moment of feeding the wholesome seeds in our mind. We will feed the seed of loving kindness that is waiting to manifest. We will feed the seed of mindfulness that will bring us so much clarity into our life. So rejoice this moment that you have given yourself one of the best gifts we can give, the opportunity to grow our wholesome qualities of the mind. Rejoice this moment and make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. I will make use of this wholesome space, this wholesome gathering, and this guidance, and I will engage in a committed practice. With that determination, listen to the sound of the bell and to the chant, and bring your whole attention to this moment, feeling your body, how it is sitting here, feeling the pressed muscles against the cushion or chair, and feeling any warmth or sensation around the body with your clothes. Throughout the bell and the chant, stay in your body.
With the soothing sound of chanting, let's settle down here. You can still hear the sound of chanting resounding in your mind. Listen to your mind and be right here. You are in front of the Buddha. Everything is calm and quiet, peaceful. Take a moment to feel how you are sitting, how you are keeping your body. You are in sitting posture, in a meditative posture, keeping your upper body upright, chin parallel to the floor. Your eyes are closed gently. Both palms are resting on your lap. Feel the entire body and relax. Relax your body. Relax your body. Relax your body. Feel each and every parts of the body. from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers. Feel the whole body and relax. You are in a relaxed posture. Now take a moment to observe your mind. Find out where your present mind is right now. That is your natural mind. That is your naked mind. Observe what is really happening there. What is going on in your mind right now? Thoughts. You may have various types of thoughts which are occurring one after the other due to many conditions. Thoughts occur in your mind. Yes, they are just thoughts. Observe all these thoughts and notice them. You may have positive thoughts, negative thoughts, or neutral thoughts. Wholesome thoughts, unwholesome thoughts, thoughts related to past, present, or future. They are just thoughts without any judgment or cultivating of any of these thoughts. Just observe and notice them. Being right here. Observe your mind. Observe how your mind is functioning. Be right here. Observing and noticing the thoughts, you understand the nature of your mind. That is how your natural mind functions. With this understanding, now you can generate whatever thought, whatever wholesome thought that you wish to cultivate in your mind. We are generating the thoughts of loving kindness. You are going to practice the meditation on loving kindness. Loving kindness. What a beautiful thought that you can generate in your mind. Wishing well being to everyone else without exception, to all beings. Wishing everyone to be well, to be happy, to be healthy. You have that capacity in your mind to generate such peaceful, beautiful thoughts. As a human, you have that potential. Trust yourself. Be with you. Be right here. Be with your mind. The guidance will help you to generate the thoughts of loving kindness, mindfully listening, cultivate loving kindness for yourself first. Think about yourself. You are sitting right here. Think about your body, your mind, your body, your life, everything that belongs to you. That's your world. Genuinely wish yourself to be well, to be happy, to be peaceful. Be with the guidance. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May I be safe. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May my mind be well. Be healthy. Be healed. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. Generate loving kindness and radiate throughout your body. May my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Generate the thoughts of loving kindness more and more. And radiate your loving kindness into each and every parts of the body, into each and every system's internal organs of the body. with deep appreciation of all these organ systems which are in this moment even functioning for you. Deeply appreciate that support and radiate loving kindness. Start from skin to the muscles, from muscle to the bones, to all the systems, including the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system, the digestive system, the genitourinary system, the nervous systems, the brain, the sensory organs. Even in this moment, they are functioning for you. Deeply appreciate that support and radiate loving kindness throughout your entire body. May all these parts of my body, all the systems, all the internal organs of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. Now observe your mind. Loving kindness has made your mind peaceful. You are full of loving kindness. Now it's time to expand your loving kindness beyond yourself. The loving kindness you are generating is boundless, no limits. Now you can extend the same wishes to all beings without exception, to everyone else. Let's start from here. Wherever you are practicing this meditation, think about the people who are staying close by you right now. We can share our loving kindness with each other as a spiritual community who are practicing this meditation together right now. Extend the same wishes for them. May all these spiritual friends who are practicing this meditation with me be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. May all these spiritual friends be safe, be healthy, be healed, be healed. Be healed. Let's expand our loving kindness beyond this room. Think about your family members, your beloved ones, your friends, relatives, neighbors, anyone else in your life. Think about all of them and extend the same genuine wishes for them. May all of them be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. Now let's expand our loving kindness beyond the circle of our beloved ones. Also, not only for humans, to all other animals, to all other creatures living near or far away places, visible or invisible. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. There are so many beings who are suffering due to many conditions, even in this moment, in this world, even in this neighborhood. May all of them receive my loving kindness and be healed. Be healed. Be healed. Extend your wishes of loving kindness into every direction, into the direction of the front, back, left, right, above, and below. May all beings living in every direction be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. Let's make our genuine wish to all beings to have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Repeat it in your mind and genuinely extend your wishes of loving kindness to this world, to this universe. This world needs your loving kindness. Genuinely extend the wishes of loving kindness. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Repeat it in your mind. I'll be chanting the same in Pali. Listening to the chanting, being with the chanting, generate loving kindness to all beings. Sabbi Santa Bhavantu Sukhi Tanta 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 May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Observe your mind. Your mind is peaceful. It's full of the thoughts of loving kindness. You are also relaxed. Now you can gently shift your attention into your breath. to observe your breath mindfully. If you have changed your posture, keep your upper body somewhat upright. Adjust your body, keeping chin somewhat parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath slowly, hold it for a while, and slowly breathe out. Feel the area in between your upper lip and nostrils. What you can feel there while you are breathing in and while you are breathing out. Take few more longer breaths and then come back to your natural breath. Be with your breath. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out. Different other thoughts may occur in your mind. That is natural. Observe them mindfully. Be with your breath. In these last few minutes, make your full effort to be with the breath. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out. Dukkam pattāche nidukkha bhayam pattāche nibbhaya sukam pattāche nisoka hontu sabbepi paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. And let's take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity. to have this peaceful meditation. And let's deeply feel grateful to all the enlightened masters and the teachers in the past who transmitted this wisdom, this teaching from generation to generation. And also let's deeply appreciate the support anyone else who allow us to practice this meditation comfortably, who arrange and cleaned this place for you, this center for you, who are taking care of this center for you. Let's deeply appreciate that support. Even these non-living things we are using for meditation, the cushion you are sitting on, the chair, this bell, the device which help to connect to this meditation, deeply feeling gratitude and appreciating the support. To conclude our meditation, let's say sadhu 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, everyone. Thank you, Bante, for the guidance. Any sharings or questions of your practice? Okay. Everyone is still in the meditative mode. If there's no other questions or sharing, maybe we can move to the next part for our discussion. And so we are still in the month of May, which is the month of the the birth of the Siddhartha happened, and the enlightenment of the Buddha happened, and the passing away of the Buddha happened. So we thought that maybe today also we try to talk about the Buddha, and then some incidents that we can understand the qualities or the nature of the Buddha. So when I was looking for it, and Bante and Punna and I discussed, we found an interesting encounter between the Buddha and the King Kosala. At the time of the Buddha, there were 4 main kingdoms in that part of the Indian subcontinent. There are also smaller, can call it kingdoms, republics too. So one of the main kingdom was Kosala, and then and the king of that country was Pasenadi, and there was interesting conversation happened between the Buddha and the King Pasenadi. That will help us to maybe learn a little bit more about the Buddha. But the King Kosala has a very special connection to the Buddha, right? He always comes to the Buddha for advices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll really discuss. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good point with the freely discuss. There's a whole section in the Buddhist text called Connected Discourses. There's a whole section that we have records of, dialogues between Buddha and this king because he has all kind of strange questions, right? Yeah, very freely he discussed, as Bante mentioned. And even like, some personal problems too, I mean, there's interesting incident that he has asked from his queen, whom do you love the most in this world? Okay. So you can imagine, right, what kind of answer the king expected from the king, to whom you love the most in this world. So expecting that she will, but she has been coming to and listening to the Buddha. So the answers he has given, the person I love the most in this world is me. It's myself. And then he got really angry with that. And then she justified, what she really meant by that, in that is being honest and truly, because we love we love ourselves the most, and then the others. That's normal mind. And then she explained that is how the Buddha taught. So he came and even.
And Bante, we love others because of we love ourselves.
Yes. So anyway, so there are very interesting such discussions, a whole section on that. Yes, but today we selected one that we can understand. Understand the nature of the Buddha. So let me see that one day once in a while, whenever he's in trouble, whenever he's down, depressed, because there's always competition between these different kingdoms, not different from today. Competition and spies, and try to overpower the other kingdom. One is he get upset and depressed and agitated. So whenever he needs some peace, he will come to see the Buddha. And one day he has that thought, I should go and see the Buddha. But interestingly, he hasn't. Whenever he met the Buddha, he always asks like a very mundane issues, and he's not very much interested in liberation. But he just wants some advice, some encouragement from the Buddha to maintain his kingdom, worldly affairs. And so he heard that actually Buddha is living a little bit away from the usual place, but he was still willing to go all the way and see the Buddha. And let me read what happened in the beginning. So he somehow he reached where Buddha was living. At that time, several monks were walking mindfully in the open air. King Pasenadi went up to them and said, "Sirs, where is the Buddha at present? For I want to see him." "Great king, that is the dwelling with door closed. Approach it quietly, without hurry. Go onto the porch, clear your throat, and knock the door. Knock on the door panel. The Buddha will open the door." So imagine, I was just saying that how, in that monastery, the monks were, doing the walking meditation on the open air, and other monks were living, and there's a small hut for the Buddha. And at that time, Buddha decided to stay inside with closed doors. And, he said, "Okay, go there, but be quiet." And then, and then go into the book, clear your throat. And how you clear your throat? Yes. So clear your throat as a way of letting him know that someone is outside, and not on the door panel. So King right away presented his sword and turban to his assistant. So he didn't want to go to the Buddha with all this weapons with him. So when he handed over to the attendant realized that is now the king seeks privacy. I should wait here. So he took the swords and everything. He didn't follow the king. He just stayed there. The king approached the Buddha's dwelling, cleared his throat, knocked on the door panel, and the Buddha opened the door. When Buddha opening the door. And the king Pasenadi entered the dwelling, bowed with his head at the Buddha's feet, caressing them and covering them with kisses, and pronounced his name. Sir, I am Pasena, the king of Kosala. I am Pasena, the king of Kosala. And Buddha was so surprised why it is so emotional and respecting and, showing all this respect. But, great king, for what reason do you demonstrate such utmost devotion for your body, conveying your manifest love? Then he said that I have many reasons to show my respect to you, and he gave actually about 7 factors why he respected the Buddha. Okay, so I'm going to share only few. Let me start with one. One, he said that Venerable Sir, I am an anointed aristocratic king. I am able to execute, fine, or banish those who are guilty. Yet, when I am sitting in the court, they interrupt me. They means, the staff they interrupt me. And I can't get them to stop interrupting me and wait until I have finished speaking. So he said that, I have this, I'm this sovereign, king, but in my court, I I cannot stop those ministers and others stop to interrupting me. I mean, maybe in their having their meetings, and whenever king want to talk, others always talk, and he has this issue that how to control them. So I cannot I stop interrupting me, and I cannot get them wait until I finish speaking. But here I have seen the monks, while the Buddha is teaching an assembly of many hundreds monks, there's no sound of a disciple coughing or clearing thoughts. Even that. Once it so happened that Buddha was teaching an assembly of many hundred of monks. Then one of his disciples cleared his throat, like you did. One of their spiritual companions nudged him with his knee to indicate, hush, Venerable, don't make a sound. Our teacher is teaching. It occurred to me, oh Lord, how incredible, how amazing, how an assembly can be so well trained without rod or sword. I don't see any other assembly elsewhere so well trained. So I infer this about the Buddha from the teaching. That you are truly and fully awakened one. Your teaching is well expounded. Your disciples are practicing well. So there's an indication for him to say that. So this is an interesting thing he said, right? And although he has this power, weapons, everything, he cannot still get people to follow him, get people to obey him. But he say that and Buddha is giving a sermon and everybody want to listen, and they try to maintain that deep silence. So he see that that there are the different power.
That might be because of the Buddha always talking about the inner conflict, inner issues, inner suffering, and also the solution.
Everyone wants to know about it.
Wants to know about, and they don't even want to
Interrupt the Buddha.
Yeah.
Buddha usually ask questions whenever he want to give teaching. He just keep asking question and get the answer, and then analyze it, and that's how he usually give the answer. But so otherwise there's no without asking them. Okay, that's one reason. And then there are a number of them. Let me see the next one. I have seen some clever aristocrats who are subtle and accomplished in the doctrines of others. Hair splitters. You know hair splitters? Do you understand the term hair splitters? Very good in debating, arguing, like those news anchors. Very good in this. Hair splitters. Okay, you would think that they live to demolish convictions with their intellect. They hear, so the gentleman, the ascetic Gautam will come down to such and such a village or town. Then they formulate a question, thinking that they will approach the Buddha and ask him this question. If he answers like this, we will refute him like that. If he answers like that, then we will refute him like this. They have a plan. Then, when they hear that he has come down and they approach him, they approach the Buddha with their questions ready. But when they approach you, when you start to talk to them, you educate them, encourage them, fires up, and inspires them with the Dhamma talk. They don't even get around to ask their questions to the Buddha. So how could they refute your answer? So when they come to listen to the Buddha, and all the questions that they have formulated, are also they decide not to ask, because they want to just have intellectual, discussion. But whenever we meet the Buddha, what Buddha is talking about, as Bhante mentioned, very practically, he's not talking about something like subject, something outside of ourselves. He's talking about something deeply related to ourselves. So probably they realize that our urge, our interest to ask this question is about our ego. When they realize that, they don't want to ask that question, because they know that they're asking this question not truly know anything about themselves, just to have intellectual, what you call, discussion. So invariably they become your disciples. So I infer this about the Buddha from the teaching, that the Buddha is fully awakened one, his teaching is well expounded, and his disciples are well practicing. The third one. The Balshad one, this is very personal one. He said that. Furthermore, these chamberlains, maybe he had his army, his ministers. So there was 2 ministers, Isiddhartha and Purana. They share my meals and my carriages. I give them a livelihood and bring them renown. He has recruited them, give them this, very special status, and yet they don't show me the same level of devotion that they show to you. And he remembered one interesting incident. Once it so happened that while I was leading a military campaign and testing Isiddhartha and Puran, these two ministers, I took up residence in a cramped house. They spent much of the night discussing the teachings of the Buddha. Oh. Not about the campaign, how to fight the next day, and in that night. Then they lay down with their heads towards where the Buddha was and feet towards me. And they would lie down to sleep in this camp, and out of, they put their head, that's a mark of respect, put their head towards where the Buddha was living and put their legs towards me. And actually, in particular in the Asian countries, when you point your legs to something, is considered, low or maybe disrespectful. That's why we don't want to, show our feet to the Buddha. Try to cover. So anyway, so this happened, and it occurred to me, oh Lord, how incredible, how amazing. These two ministers share my meals, my carriages. I give them the livelihood and bring them renown. Yet they don't show respect. They didn't show me the same level of devotion that they show to you. Clearly, these venerables have realized. Sorry, not this. Yeah. So I infer from this that the Buddha is fully awakened and his teachings is well explained, and his disciples are practicing well. So anyway, I mean these incidents can help us understand kind of personal, actually the kind of nature of the Buddha, and also how he lived, how he communicated with that community, society, just to get a little bit more of the life of the Buddha. Any thoughts or questions about the three incidents?
It seems Bhante like he's trying to also gain respect, from externally, right?
Yeah, people.
By copying maybe what the Buddha, finding out how the Buddha holds
Yeah.
such respect.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. He noticed all these things, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Why not me? He says,
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
or, that kind of, maybe, I don't mean to say competitive,
Yeah,
because he
I-
obviously respects.
definitely. Yeah. I think the being a person in power, authority, he might be thinking how to gain the how to get how to get people's agreement and obedience, right? Yeah.
And you mentioned they had a very long relationship
Um,
between he and the Buddha.
Yeah, I mean, Buddha keeps traveling to different, parts of the, in that part of the, that northern India. But whenever he's in this kingdom, Kosala, and he will definitely, he try to come, yeah. And of course, interestingly, he used to eat a lot. That's an interesting story. We don't have time, but briefly, he used to eat. One day, he just came after his meal, and when you want to talk to the Buddha, he feel very uncomfortable. He falls asleep, and he said that whenever I after my meal, I always had the discomfort. I mean, he's just sharing. And would they get to know how much you eat? He said that actually he's eating like big. He said basket, maybe, I don't know, big portion. He says 16 portions of that. and Buddha said that you when you eat that much, you definitely will you're not comfortable. But he said I cannot stop eating. And it looks like he's an eating disorder, or maybe like very addicted to eating. And then actually, Buddha, out of compassion, said that you should, you should get strong. You are a king. You have to be healthy. And Buddha planned him, what you call food management program. That yes, yeah. Actually, interestingly, he said that okay. So he asked, can you bring one of your nephews? And then he got the nephew's help. He said, okay, next day when he start eating, let him eat. But before he take his last bucket, last portion, last whatever mouthful, and you had to recite the verse. Buddha taught him the verse, and the verse says that one who eat in moderation will get good health and ease, and so and he will eat as usual. But before he take his last mouthful, he will chant the verse, and then he has okay. Whenever you hear that, you have to stop that. You shouldn't eat that last portion. That's all. You can eat all. And then he advised the cook. So the next day we had to serve the king only the amount that he has eaten, less of that last part. The next day also, when he keep eating, and the last moment that person will chant, and he should stop. The next day he will be served only what he ate. Okay, so very gradual, very interesting plan. Buddha, it is actually maybe the first recorded um, diet plan in the history. Yeah, this is found in the sutra. Do you see how systematic was it, right? And then so every day he was gradually reducing the amount of food that he's eating. So it's very practical, right? He didn't ask him to stop right away and get help from these people. So it worked actually. After a while, he came and said that, when the person, my limbs are very slim now, very slim, I feel very comfortable, I can run now, and you have helped me to not only uh, you know um, make my mind healthy, you have helped me to make my body healthy. So they had a very good relationship.
It's
Yes.
very caring, right?
Yeah. Okay. So these are the I think we need, I mean, here during this Vesak month, it's so interesting to see how Buddha, through his realization, through his deep enlightenment, understanding, and deep qualities, he has transcended the ordinary human nature, but he's still living like a human being. In other, like he will go for alms round and collect food and eat. He will they spend the day like a normal ordinary person. But in his mind, he's not limited to his body. He's not limited to normal human emotions. So the interesting life, I think that is why the only example that Buddha was able to give people to understand the nature of the Buddha is the lotus. Like in the world, but beyond the world. So because lotus is rooted in the mud and fed with this water, but lotus can rise above that water. So it's in the water, but not in the water, right? So the that is the kind of nature of the Buddha. He lived through the body, he lived through the community, he interacted, and yeah, but he used the language, but he doesn't give any fixed meaning to any word. For us, whenever we hear a word, it's something very fixed, permanent thing, right? But he has a different.
Because of this king, we have a lot of answers. Because he has answered a lot of questions. Therefore, Buddha has given a lot of teachings.
Yeah.
The whole collection of
Books. Yeah, because he has all ordinary all the questions that ordinary people have. Yeah. Yes.
Can someone be like a warrior and disciple of Buddha at the same time?
There were actually there were I mean, of course, not the monks and nuns, because you can be disciple in different grades. Like Bhante, do you remember any warrior? Because Buddha himself from a warrior background, and in his teachings he has used a lot of examples from profession of being of warriors. Do you remember what any who is that Santati, right? Yes. But some didn't continue. They started as warrior, and then but then
Yeah, like King Ashoka, like he was tired of like all these wars.
yeah, later, yeah.
For refuge.
Yeah. Actually, those days, being a warrior, of course, you will, conquer other lands, but there's also other role that you do the administration, right? So there are a lot of, warriors, who are actually doing the administration, not necessarily, fighting, but there were a lot of fightings too at that time.
Isn't there story about one of the disciples of Buddha where he kept the fingers of all the people he killed or something?
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Of course, because it's birthday, Bante, we had to respond to his question. What do we do that? It's a long story. I don't know how to, summarize it. So, yes, of course. Yeah, there was a person called Anguli Mala. Anguli means fingers, and Mala is garland. It's a finger garland. And of course, it's interesting stories. But briefly, he was a good student martial art. He's also from warrior caste. Oh, he's a warrior caste. Yeah. Anyway, so he was very good student, and then of course others got jealousy about him, and they say bad things about him to the teacher, and teacher wanted to give him a punishment, but he was very good. So instead of giving him direct punishment, teacher gave him a assignment, like as a final assignment for him to, in order for him to graduate. Final assignment, he think that through that assignment he will get killed. That's the plan. So the assignment was to bring me 1,000 fingers. If you're so good in the martial arts, in the sword and everything. So anyway, there should be something behind that, but but we don't have time. But anyway, so he started killing people and getting the fingers, and then ultimately wearing that fingers, like present that garland as a gift, the final gift to the king, to the teacher, as a payment, as the final thing to graduate. So going around and killing so many people. And he was so good, nobody was able to kill him. So good, because he killed so many people, and then it became a big issue for the king, and it's reported to the king, and there's this murderer, and killing people.
That is Kosara King, right?
Oh yeah, and this one, yeah, this is in his kingdom. Happened. Yes, one thing. So then he decided to send an army to catch him. And then the news also came to the Buddha, and Buddha really wanted to help this person. I think Buddha had sensed that he was killing this out of being misguided. And then before the army came, Buddha went inside the forest, and people said, "Don't go, Vendaposa. There's a bandit over there killing people." And then Buddha quietly entered the kingdom, entered the forest, and then. And he was, according to the story, he had 999 fingers. He was just waiting one more finger. His assignment is, done, and he'll be free. And he was waiting for one last person, and he was so happy. Today is a monk. I didn't have to struggle. Other people will run and fight with me. This is a monk. Today, the last thing will be very easy. Just chop and get the finger. And of course, it was the Buddha, and then he let the Buddha pass, and he ran behind the Buddha. But of course, according to the story, Buddha, used his mind power, and when he was chasing him, and Buddha moved faster than him. He increased his speed and ran, and no matter how fast he's running, Buddha is moving faster than him. He got really fed up. He got really exhausted after chasing after the Buddha. Buddha is moving faster, and he's running after the Buddha. And then finally, he just fell down. He shouted at the Buddha, "Stop, recluse." That's what he said. Then Buddha said, "I have already stopped long ago. You are the one who has not stopped." And he said that, "I already fell down. What you're talking about, and you are the one who's running fast." And then he said that, "Look at your mind, how fast it is running now. And you haven't stopped this agitation. You haven't stopped this, mental, running. And I have stopped that long ago." And then he was ready to listen what this person is talking. And Buddha used that opportunity to when he's ready to listen and talk about, what he's doing and how painful it is for him. He's, as Bhante mentioned, he actually helped him to understand his own pain, his struggle, right? And anyway, so there's an interesting discussion happened. He was able to convince him what he's doing is not right. And then, because he's an obedient student. So that's why he was obedient to the former teacher. Now he was obedient to the Buddha. And Buddha took him to the monastery and ordained him. And then guided him, every day guided him all the way to practice loving kindness meditation, to change his mind. And through practice of loving kindness meditation, he changed, he became a monk. The more to the story, but we don't have time. So that's the interesting story of the rehabilitation. How you can rehabilitate even a serial killer. Therefore, the prison rehabilitation program, Buddhist, rehabilitation program in England is called Angulimala Reform Program. Yes, yeah. Because if this serial killer can be transformed, who else cannot be transformed? Okay, with that, let us move to the other part of the program and move into the sharing merits. Turn to page number 14. By coming to this practice today, doing our meditation, chanting, and discussion, we have generated so much good merits in our heart. Let us now share these merits generously with all others. First of all, recall to our mind our departed relatives, our ancestors. May they rejoice in these merits. May they be benefited from these merits. May they be well, happy, and peaceful wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any living being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. Ettavata ca amhihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Let us do this chant in English. Wish for the well-being of the world. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until attaining Nibbana, purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Now we will do this chant. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra. This sutra was given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We are going to chant this sutra for you now, wishing you good health, happiness, and peace, and wishing you strength and courage to overcome difficulties in your life. And may you receive these blessings. May you be blessed with peace and happiness. Today, especially, we want to extend these blessings to Ron, wishing him happy birthday and great year ahead. And you may also record to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු අරහතු සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු අරහතු සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස කරණීය මත්ත කුසලේන යම් තං සන්තං පදං අபிසමෙච්ච සක්ඛෝ ජෝච සුජෝච සෝවාචෝ චස්ස මුදු අනතිමානී සන්තෝසකෝච සුබරෝච අප්පකිච්චෝච සල්ලහුක බුද්ධි සන්ත්‍රින්ද්‍රියෝච නිපකෝච අපගම්බෝ කුලේසු අනනුගින්දෝ නච කුන්දං සමාචරේ කිංචේන විඤ්ඤෝ පරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සුඛිනෝ වාකේමිනෝ හොන්තු සම්මේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තාන පරෝ පරං කේචිපාන භූතන්ති තසාවාතාවරාව අනවසේසාදිගාවායේ මහන්තාවා මජ්ජිමා රස්සකානුක පුලා දිට්ඨාවායේව අද්දෙට්ඨායේච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේසීවා සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තාන පරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත නාති මඤ්ඤේත කත්ත චිනං කංචේ ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥාඤ්ඤමඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛමිච්ඡේය මාතායතානියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරක්කේ වම්පි සම්බ භූතේසු මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තං ච සම්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං උද්දං අදෝච තිරියං අසම්බාදං අවීරං අසපත්තං තිට්ඨං චරං නිසින්නෝ සයානෝ වායාව තස්ස විගදමින්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිත්තේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං විදමාහෝ දිට්ඨිං ච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනය්‍යගේදං නහි ජාතු ගම්බසෙය්‍යං පුනරේති තේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සොත්ති තේ හෝතු සම්පදා තේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු තේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං Sabbetiyo vivanjantu sabbarogo vinassato mate bhavattvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhavatu sabba mangalam Rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavin sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam Rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavin sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam Rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavin sada sotti bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Let us recall to our mind whatever kind deed that we were able to do during our past few days. Think about an incident in which you helped someone, you were kind to someone. Let us rejoice these opportunities to be kind to others. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings, with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Now let us take a moment to think about any kindness we receive from others. Think about an incident happened recently that someone helped you, someone was kind to you, someone listened to you, or you saw a kind deed of someone. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so nice to have you all tonight. Really appreciate you being here. And those who join our YouTube, really appreciate. Thank you for your comments and your letting us know that you are there. That is really touching. And thank you very much, Adrian, for your good wishes. And we wish everyone to have a good sleep, healing and soothing sleep. Everyone over YouTube, you can now go to sleep and have a smooth and healing, soothing sleep. Thank you, everyone. See you next time. Please come to have a blessed